A Question of Yams by Gloria Rep. Chapter 4. A Small Red Mark. Kuri went to cut some firewood, and he thought about what he had seen. God had kept their garden safe, even though the headmen wanted to ruin it. But why had they tried to destroy the yams? Maybe they were not sure that the spirits would punish Father. As he reached down into the grass, Kuri felt a stab of pain. He jerked his hand back. There on his thumb was a small red mark, the bite of a snake. He stared at the red mark, feeling suddenly ill. Now he would die. He left his axe and stumbled toward his house. Near the house he met Father. Kuri held out his hand. "A snake! It bit me!" Father bent over Kuri's hand. Already it was starting to swell. "Sit down," he said. "Don't move. I'll go get one of the missionaries." Kuri leaned against the house and gazed at his hand. A small boy wandered past, then stopped to look at it too. His eyes widened. He threw a glance at Kuri's face and ran off to tell the village. Soon, Father was back with Joyce. Kuri was not afraid of the tall missionary, even though she had white skin. Sometimes, after Father finished helping Joyce with words, she would tell them both a story from God's carving. She took Kuri's hand in her own. "What kind of snake bit you? Do you know?" He shook his head, wishing he had seen it. But she did not seem upset. "Kuri, you just lie down on your mat and keep still. I'll call the doctor on the radio. He'll be here as soon as he can, and he'll bring some medicine that's good for snake bites." She glanced at the dark clouds that hung low in the sky. "Let's pray that the clouds open up so the helicopter can get here." Kuri watched her yellow hair through half-closed eyes. She nodded at his father. "I'll get some men to pray," Father said. Kuri's mother sat down next to him, weeping softly. The Christians came into the house and stood around his mat. They began to pray. Other people crowded in, and Kuri heard them whispering, "That boy, his father planted their garden in the Christian way. Look what happened to him. Surely he is being punished." Kuri's eyes flew open in alarm. "Don't worry about them," Father said. "You trust God, Kuri. We have talked to him about this, and he will take care of you." Kuri tried to lift his hand, but it felt too heavy. He tried to move his feet, but they were numb. "Bring nettles," he said. "I cannot feel my feet. They are dying." His mother jumped up to get some stinging nettles, but even when she rubbed the green plants across his feet, Kuri could feel nothing. He wanted to ask if he were going to die, but he was too tired to say the words. He gazed at Father's face. It was calm, just as it had been when he faced the headmen. Kuri thought about Sakoso's threats and the headmen's wicked plans. Father is wise to trust in the mighty God, he told himself, and he closed his eyes.